I want to get on the hypocrisy of these damn the Democrats, especially this VP that we have. Uh, I don't know if everybody. Well, I know everybody hasn't seen the video of her on Oprah giving her little spiel with her guns. I'm gonna go ahead and play that for us, Booge. I want you to take it all in because I know she's got your vote as of right now. Let's see. Let's see what old
Yeah, why
Mama is
would you?
talking.
At the debate
I'm a
when you
gun owner. Tim Walz
I
is a
did not
gun.
know that.
If
And I thought
somebody
that was
breaks in
powerful.
my house, they're getting shot.
Yes, yes. I hear that. I hear that.
Probably should not
Yeah,
have
look
said
how
that.
But
My staff will deal with that later.
So how do they come across like even to their supporters when they preach basically anti-gun, and all the shit you hear them harping on, and somebody like her can sit up there and tell you that she protects her home with firearms. I mean, I heard that shit, and I'm like, did she really just say that?
She's on a
And
fishing trip.
and I well, and I think she even caught. It's like she knew she screwed up when she said it. You know?
Yeah, but does she really know? Let me. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this with all impunity. I'm trying. I'm really, really trying to stay on track here. However, how could this woman know that she's messing up right now? Every time she opens her mouth, she's messing up. If
Yeah.
somebody breaking my house, they gonna get dealt with. Play that back and listen to that shit. For real?
Let's see.
She just. I mean, are you running for president? Or are you running to be on orbit? I don't get it.
Well, let's see. Here she is.
Play that
at the
back.
debate
I'm a
when you
gun owner. Tim Walz
I
is a
did not
gun.
know that.
If
And I thought
somebody
that was
breaks in
powerful.
my house, they're getting shot.
Yes, yes. I hear that. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that.
But
My staff will deal with that
My
later.
staff will deal with. She knew what was coming.
Yep.
She
Yep.
knew the backlash. That's
Dude,
crazy.
they were
Now,
probably in her ear, man, with a microphone.
oh
Really?
man.
Really?
If
Well,
somebody
Kamala?
this
breaking my house, they get shot.
this
Do
is
you
a
think she was
woman
really
who.
raised to talk like that? No.
No, but not only that, but just like I said, the hypocrisy. I mean, she's championed gun control measures for years, pushing for assault weapons bans, mandatory gun buyback programs, tighter restrictions on law-abiding gun owners, and then to come out and
Yep.
say some shit like that on national
Because
TV.
she's fishing. She already has her side, and she's fishing to get the votes of the other side. She's fishing for somebody to fist pump and go, yeah, Kamala. If somebody break my house, they getting shot. Because now she's trying to grab the Republican votes by saying something
I
like
don't
that.
even think
This,
I don't even think it
this
was
woman
that
is off
thought
of her
out.
rocker because
No.
of the way she says it. If somebody breaking my house, they getting shot. Like, really?
I
So
think
not only are you faking and saying that you're pro gun, but you're also faking and acting like you
yeah.
straight out the damn ghetto. Come on, man.
Well, yeah, she's gotten a lot of heat for that lately. Just the whole accent changing depending on the crowd that she's in front of. But she hasn't
No
stopped
shit.
it. But I don't even think it was so much of a thought out. Like I think she knew she screwed up as soon as she said anything about owning a gun and protecting herself with it because of how hard they go after the Second Amendment. I think that's
Yeah,
where that kind of.
right. And in the same breath, like you said earlier, she was touting that, my first 100 days, if Congress doesn't do something, I'm just going to do something through executive action with a
Yeah,
mandatory buyback. And it's like now here you're talking about, um, I own a gun and I'll shoot you. And for the record, she lives in Brentwood in Los Angeles.
All
And
right.
if anybody knows where Brentwood is, OJ, LeBron, it's probably one of the
oh
most
hell yeah.
high-end secure subdivisions that they
So,
have out there.
so nobody's breaking in, is what you're saying?
So
I
so
doubt it unless you
Kamala
live
has to be
there. And
muscle. So
huh?
the image that she's trying to portray now is Kamala is like she's sitting somewhere where there's a high traffic area and like somebody could just go up and rap on her door or just try to break in or something like that. Like they don't have to go through multiple levels and it's gonna be her with her iron waiting like she's ghetto Rambo or some shit. I don't get what kind of image she's trying to portray.
I don't even think she was, dude. I really believe that. I believe she's a gun owner. I do believe that. I
Yeah.
don't believe she's so anti-gun like she tries to portray. I think she was caught off script for a second, and that came out because, like I said,
Right.
as soon as she did it, she knew what she said, and she was like, "Oh shit!" And then laughed it
Oh
off
my God,
and
yeah,
then said, my
yeah.
staff will have to deal with that. And it's not so much that of what she said, because I think she has a right to protect her home with a firearm. It's that how hard they push to take it from people like us. If they could,
Yeah, they
they'd
don't
get
think
them
we
all right
do.
now from. Yeah, exactly. It's like they think they're on this level and we're on a lower level where we don't need guns. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
And it just, I don't know. I don't know how anybody following her could not see shit like that and then start questioning themselves as far as, what else is this woman saying that, might not, be true, but
Right.
I don't know. I guess we're so partisan when it comes to these politics. I guess it don't matter what she says on Oprah, because Oprah helped her out through that, she walked her
Big
through
time.
it. Yeah,
Why is
Oprah.
Oprah in politics?
Why are you?
Like,
Why?
nobody remembers where she came from. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
her show and Maury and Jerry and all of them was the same for a while until they pumped it up. They made it.
Hey, hey,
More
whoa,
what?
whoa, whoa. You don't
What did
disrespect Jerry like that. All
what
right.
what did that? Who you think?
They
What you think she got involved with for her to
Oh,
be pumped up
just
so
like we
much?
start off with Cheers, and then you had what? You had what shows sprung through Cheers? The doctor show. I have to ask Brad on that one.
Dr.
Brad, it was
Phil?
Cheers first. No, and then it was what's the spinoff of Cheers?
Oh, I don't know.
Cheers.
I don't
Cheers?
remember. There was a
Uh,
spinoff,
right
but
I thought you
there.
were
yeah.
saying like Cheaters, like that show Cheaters, where
No,
they.
No,
Oh,
no,
that's
that
I
would be
was like,
Kamala.
maybe Dr. Phil. Shit.
no. I was
No,
just
there was
wondering. I thought.
the guy that was the doctor that was a bar patron on the show Cheers went on to have his own show with him and portraying himself as a psychiatrist and his little brother. And I'd have to ask Brad on that on what the name of that show was.
No, I
And
thought you
that's
were.
kind of where they went with Oprah. Is like Oprah started off as a regular daytime TV show, and then he added all of this glamour and sophistication and just catering to the high class white lady.
Who,
And
which she
huh?
was a friend of Trump. You know what I mean? For a
Big
while,
time.
which is the funny thing.
Well, yeah, because she's the elite.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, I
was The
seen,
View,
yeah, all
Oh
of them.
God.
That's true.
all of them. Yeah.
I seen Miss Janet Jackson coming out and slamming Kamala. Apparently, she's got some beef with her. She was saying she's irrelevant and leeching off of her brother's success is what fans were trying to say about
What?
Janet
So
because
nobody knows who Janet Jackson is?
yeah,
Really?
exactly, exactly. And it's
Yeah.
basically she was like trying to call her out on what you just did about how she likes to put on these accents and all and act like she's ghetto, and
Yeah.
according to Janet Jackson, she's not black enough to be doing that.
No, she's
So then the
not.
fans are coming out, basically
Well,
saying, who the hell is Janet Jackson? Blah, blah, blah. Like she never had a career.
The only thing I know of Janet Jackson is her and Justin Timberlake at the Super Bowl.
But you know who she is, though, don't you?
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
but he's not saying that it's in any type of cooperation with her brother. She did one song with her brother, and that was during the time that they was fighting. If you remember that, the song called "Scream." That's the only time she ever had any collaboration with him.
Yeah.
Every other time that Janet Jackson had any type of media, anything else going on, she did it on her own. She was never on any of Michael Jackson's stuff. You never seen her walk on stage and this is my brother and hugging her brother and all of that. Never happened. And
No,
if
she was
think
probably-
that brothers don't get down like that, look at the Wayans brothers. Them two side by side, right? Sean and Mullen. But when it came to Janet and her brother, no, Janet Jackson stands on her own 2 feet. So what they said is preposterous.
Well, she was slammed as irrelevant and a leech for questioning Kamala Harris's race. So apparently, like you said, they're going after her now, which, I mean, I don't know who the hell's listening to Janet Jackson anymore, but you're right to call her irrelevant and like she rode off the back of her brother. That's crazy. But
now I can see like Tito or one of them.
Well, he gone.
He gone. Yep.
Sorry.
But anyway, no, I was really like I said, I was kind of taken back. Oh, somebody just commented, said Frasier was
Yeah, Fraser, Brad.
That's what it was. Fraser.
yeah, look at it. Go
Thank you,
ahead,
Bethany. Thank you,
Brad a
Bethany.
personal question. Yeah. Oh, it's Bethany.
Forgot about
Thank you,
Frasier.
Bethany.
I never watched
Yep.
Frasier that much. That's why.
Me neither. But it was Fraser. You
Frasier
said
is
it.
a
That's right.
spinoff of Cheers.
Yeah, look,
if you understand
look.
what I'm saying, just as
Ju- Justin's so lost with all of it.
I don't know any of these shows.
there used to be a TV show called Cheers, and it was a pretty raw, publication. It was straight to the point. Ted Danson and And then from that, they created a sophisticated, because there was one of the characters on there was a New York high-level psychiatrist. And so they created a spinoff of another TV show based on him and his family. And so it was the upper echelon. And so that's how they kind of they took out of all the people. You had Jerry Springer, you had Maury Povich, a plethora, Ricky Lake. There was in Oprah.
Yeah.
It was all the same. And then they took Oprah and decided to take Oprah and push her up into the next level.
You can't forget Sally Jesse Raphael, dude.
Yeah, with her little red glasses and all of that.
Yeah.
And so they chose Oprah to push Oprah onto the next level. And then from there, Holly Robinson had a TV show.
Who is this? Let me play this video. This was at the iHeartRadio festival the other night. I want to see who this is because I have no clue, but apparently she's not a Trump fan. Let's see.
Project 2025 is Donald Trump's playbook for controlling and punishing women, poor people, people of color, and the LGBTQ+ community. It is time for all Americans to band together and to finally defeat the Trump agenda. And the only way to do that is by confronting him at the polls. Do you want to live in a dictatorship? Well, show up and vote.
Yeah. Like, who is that? Anybody?
I have no clue. I have no clue.
That was Taylor Swift.
No, it's Trailer Swift. That's
Trailer Swift. Yeah.
Haley Williams. Who the hell is that? And why is she so mad at Trump?
Is that like Paramore or some shit?
That Haley Mathers?
Yes. Yeah. What is that? Is that a band?
What, Paramore?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a band.
Okay, because that
they were hot in like the mid 2010s.
Because that's exactly who they were saying, but I didn't know who that was. I think
it's they sing the "I Never Meant to Brag" song.
Yeah, I don't know, but apparently she's
was
important than she is. But
you'd know if you heard it. It was all over the radio for years for whatever reason. I don't know why. It kind of sucked, but.
No, I was curious. I heard her screaming at the damn music awards, and I'm like, "Good God, lady, is it that serious?" And I'm thinking,
Starbucks too, or...
Yeah, right. You're probably right.
Well, do you want to be in a dictatorship?
Yeah, a dictatorship. And
because for some reason he's going to do it now. He wouldn't do it the first time he got in office, but he's going to do it now.
Yeah. Yep.
Come on, really?
Just like Kamala and all the promises, Just wouldn't do it first time.
Kamala's gonna do all of this.
Tell you
stuff.
what,
do it now though.
I got a huge reason for everybody to kind of not vote for her is the IRS agents union has announced it's endorsing Kamala Harris.
Oh God!
Well, if that ain't a win for Trump,
how is that? Wait.
IRS, fuck you.
You said the IRS. Hold up. In all honesty, the IRS is endorsing Kamala.
Whatever the IRS agents union is. Yeah, they're endorsing Kamala, and I'm thinking whoever they endorse, vote the other way. Believe me, if for no other reason than that,
Why wouldn't they endorse her though, Shane? I mean, didn't they just put 30-something thousand agents on the street, man?
That's what they trying to do.
Yeah.
Nobody's really counting them.
But what's interesting? What's interesting? You're talking about unions. This is the first time since the 1990s that the Teamster Union has not come out and endorsed a Democrat. They didn't endorse anybody,
right.
Republican or Democrat, but they did not endorse the Democrat Party for this go around.
Is that the one that Trump was? I think he said something about it was an honor, and everybody was like, "Well, he didn't endorse you, Goofy. He just didn't endorse them,
Right." And I think they were catching a lot of flack from their people, the members of the union,
We're not coming out and endorsing
exactly. So I guess they said, we're going to hang neutral. We're not endorsing any candidate during this election,
Yeah, it's almost like anybody with a brain is starting to see how fucked up everything is right now. And
right.
Putting aside their hatred for, the orange man and maybe coming to their senses a little bit. I don't know.
I hope so.
Yeah, and you have to. I mean, if you follow enough politics, and look, I'm at the point, and I know we've discussed it before, if you don't follow politics, just every time you go to the grocery store or put gas in your car or anything that you do that you're spending money on, I mean, it has to wake you up to some sense of reality and say, dude, something ain't right. You know,
Well,
something's not right.
Yeah, I did see they're starting to, they had the little trickle with the interest rates coming down, and of course, fuel is
Yes.
coming down, and it's just so funny how that shit happens when it's so close to the election, and everybody just falls for it. You know what I mean? When they could have done this
Yes.
shit a year ago. You know what I
Right.
mean? They wait till now, to make us suffer for years, and then all of a sudden, when it's elections around, it's look what we did. Look what we did.
Right.
And I just
No,
don't know how they get
100%
away
right.
with it, as far as having supporters behind that shit. But they do.
Yeah.
They do, man.
That's your low information voters,
Yeah.
you know. And
Dumbasses.
then you have your people out there, that are just pro Democrat. Doesn't matter who's running. I have a few of them in my family. It doesn't matter. I mean, they could run Oscar the Grouch, and they would probably vote for him on a Democrat ticket just because they don't like what Republicans have to say.
Well, that's true. And I guess in their defense, it can go, the other way too. I mean, there's some people that, because like, I couldn't imagine going into a voting booth and pressing anything
Yeah.
Democrat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Now,
not even dog catcher,
but what I
So,
would do, I would like to think I would just stay out of it. If I really, if there was no Republican candidate that was worth a shit, I
right.
probably wouldn't vote. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go in there and press the other side, but and they're just as adamant too on that side, I suppose. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. They've done a good job of making us choose a side in this country.
Well,
It,
two-party
So
system, man. Yeah.
but that's the part that I'm
boogie.
against. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to vote on you based on whether you're red or blue. I'm not going to vote for you whether you're male or female or black or white. It all depends on your character and who you are. That's something. I don't know why Donald Trump decided to go Republican. I don't know. I don't know what makes all these people do what they do. But when it all comes down to it, I'm not gonna. I mean, getting my vote, has to do with your character and who you are. I think all of this polarization that's going on is what's the downfall of this country right now because nobody's voting for Donald Trump because of the fact that he is a Republican. If Donald Trump was a Democrat, tomorrow he'd have all the Democratic vote, that makes no sense. I don't understand how people could have their heads so far up their own ass. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Isn't that something that everything that Trump stands for, if he were on their side, they wouldn't have a single issue with it. As far as the politicians, they would be pushing Trump.
Yes.
It's so crazy how it's just, I don't know, man. They do such a good job of making you feel like you have to pick a team, and when you do, you do not stray away from that team ever. You know what I mean? And they could bring Trump on their side, and in a week, everybody on their side would forget how evil he was for the past, fucking 10 years or whatever. It's crazy the way these politics are, man. Let's
What do you
see.
call that, Brad? It's called identity politics. That's where you just vote for whomever.
Identity politics. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the dumbest shit I've ever heard of.
Let's see.
Being in this country right now is like having two divorced parents. You know what I mean? And you're able to go with one, then go with the you this one promises you this, that one promises you that, and when you're going through a bad divorce and everything is just so screwed up until it's just unreal. Because we can't get adults to see eye to eye for the better of each other.
Oh, can y'all see these comments?
I see some of them. Yeah.
Somebody, do you think gay women should be called Leslie McGuire? Leslie McGuire. Why? Let's see. Trump is a traitor too. Didn't arrest Hillary. He sure didn't, and he actually spoke on that. He said it just wouldn't look right for the country. You know what I mean? Like to other countries that we arrest the wife of a former president. And you would think that would gain some sort of respect from her for him. You know what I mean? Because he could have went after her full force when he was president, and he decided not to because he didn't want to make the country look bad. You know?
Yeah.
And the other thing Mr. Alford says, he didn't drain the swamp. Totally true. I don't think he knew what he was facing when it came to this swamp,
Yeah.
because,
It's deep.
you haven't heard that at all on this campaign. He doesn't say anything about drain the swamp anymore. I just don't think that's something he feels like he can run on, because I think he knows that
He
shit's
has
damn
more
near
important issues
impossible.
to deal with.
Well, that, and I think he realized that if you run on that, you're not going to be able to come through with it. You're not draining that shit. All you can do is try to put off the bullshit that's coming our way for a little while, but you're not draining that swamp. It's just too much going on in that now. Like, it's too, the crooks and the criminals are too deeply embedded in it. They're not going anywhere. So
Let's skip forward for a second. Let's try to look at some of this in hindsight. All right, so let's say we're past the point to the point to where he has going into office, Donald Trump, in 2025, and that he's now sitting down in the presidential seat, and he has all of his people around him. What are we looking at then, as far as the people who are sitting around him? Like, he's talking about doing some stuff with Elon Musk, which is one of the probably the most powerful people in the world right now. And he has the technology, and he has the right idea about things. I'm not saying I agree with everything that Elon Musk does, and that this guy is 100%, legit, because he does some shady stuff. I mean, he's running a company, Tesla, and I know kind of the backstory to what he does in that company, as far as getting money from people and not holding up his end of the deal, which is kind of perfect for politics if you think about it. But using resources that guy has, by what he's talking about doing, I mean, that's a good thing. But on the flip side of the coin, if Kamala was sitting in that seat, what could she be doing that'll be beneficial? Who is she? Her and Oprah? Like, who is she buddy with? Like, who is she bringing on? That's even remotely promising to do what? I mean, I'm trying to understand.
No, I get it. I see what you're saying when you compare it to, like, somebody like Trump is talking about bringing Elon on, which should be beneficial to the country. Yeah. Harris, I haven't heard her talk about anything besides just making promises of what they're going to fix that they fucked up for the last 4 years. But as far as bringing anybody on, she's cooked so many greens. Yep. Yeah. No, but you made a good point. I haven't heard her name one name that she can get involved that anybody thinks is going to do anything good, or beneficial to the country. Because I don't think it's really about that. I mean, I just think it's, whatever that it provides her and whoever else is around her with more wealth and more power. I think that's all it's about. But no,
they're the party of pander, man. You can see it, because like you said, Shane, they've been in here 3.5 years, and haven't done a damn thing. Nothing but screwed everything up. So now she's running on, well, we're not going to tax tips. And when she's already said, well, we're going to have to unrealized gains, or, we want to raise corporate income tax. We want to raise this tax. Now everything is whatever Donald Trump seems like he says we're going to do, and we're going to cut and this and that. And it's like, well, we'll do the same thing. But it's like, my question is, it's like, why haven't you done anything in 3.5 years? And I did hear something, it might have been CNN or something, was rebutting a rebuttal towards what some Republicans were saying. Well, she's the vice president. She's just part of this administration with very little input. And it's like, you know what? That's bullshit, dude. That's total bullshit. She's part of it. She's a second in charge. So.
Yeah, I did hear the soundbite that her little running mate. What's that idiot's name? Her
Tim Walz.
Yeah, him. He was saying, at some rally that, we can't handle another 4 years of this. And I'm thinking,
no, you're right.
Yeah, 4 years of what? Like the shit that they've been doing? It's just crazy to hear him say that.
Tim Walz, doesn't he remind you of Chris Farley, dude, when he comes out on the stage?
Man, there's something wrong with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, let me see. What else we got? Not shutting down the Fed. Yeah, that's another task that I don't think Trump realized how, I think Trump thought the president had a little bit more pull than he did. And then he realized when he got in there that you're not shit. You're a label. You know what I mean? Now, you can get some things done. You can sign some executive orders, but to take on these big, 3-letter, organizations like the CIA, the Feds, I mean, you name it, you're not doing it. The president's just not that powerful. Let's see. The things you were saying about Trump is the same. was said about Obama. I don't know what the hell we're talking about. What was said? Voting for all the military. Anyway. So I don't know, man. It's hard. Let's see what Trump. I want to see Trump was trolling. Trump was trolling Kamala at one of his rallies. Let's see what he was talking about here.
The Kamala word of the day is clearly story.
Story, okay.
It is your story and the story of our friends before you is really, that's the American story, right? In telling your story and being so strong in the way you do it. And both of these stories, for you to tell these stories, this story is a story that is sadly not the only story.
I love it because Trump played it at the rally.
I know. Such word salad, huh, dude?
The story is the story that sometimes is the story of the story, you know. I'm thinking, good God almighty, what are we doing here?